The Bronx is a home to nearly 1.5 million residents and is a popular place to live and work, although it also has a reputation for being dangerous due to past and present crime waves, generational poverty, and violent crime trends. However, the Bronx has some iconic places as well, but for this video I will take a drive through South Bronx, especially Mott Haven, Hunts Point, so I hope you'll enjoy it. Yes, I know this particular area has some reputation that it's one of the dangerous neighborhood in Bronx. I did read a lot of stuff about this neighborhood, but we will figure out in this video, is it really a dangerous neighborhood or not, because people are living into this neighborhood and yeah, they do have some issues sometimes, but it doesn't mean that this is a really bad neighborhood. So basically Mott Haven is a high density and mainly low income neighborhood, and yes, Mott Haven has one of the highest crime rate in the Bronx, with overall crime rate 146% higher than the New York average. One possible reason is that Mott Haven is of an industrialized area rather than a residential area, making it more prone to criminal elements. By the way, the 4, 5, 6 and 2 trains all serve the neighborhood, but they do serve sometimes part-time, they suspend sometimes, but mostly 4, 5, 6 and 2 trains serve in this neighborhood. Now let's talk about the overall crime situation in Bronx, because whenever we think about the crime in New York City, the first borough that come to our mind is Bronx, but this is totally a misconception, because according to some research that I find in internet, they are claiming that Brooklyn is the most dangerous borough in New York City. So it's not Bronx basically, but you can ask me that how much crime is in the Bronx. So in the early 1900s, the South Bronx was originally known as a manor of Morrisania, as it was the manor of Louis Morris. As the Morris family continued to expand on the land, an influx of German and Irish immigrants started to populate the area, leading the Bronx to be considered a Jewish borough in 1930s. This soon changed as World War II caused rent to increase in many apartments and pushing out people. By the end of 1950s, the South Bronx was 2/3 African American and Hispanic or other race. The South Bronx is known for its hip hop culture and graffiti. Graffiti became popular in the Bronx in early 1970s, spreading through the New York City subway system. If you look back in New York City in 1970s, you will see tons of graffiti, especially in the subway. So it starts from 1970s basically. The South Bronx then became also musically notable as hip-hop music, rap and other creative components start becoming common within the borough. So basically the hip-hop culture in New York City starts from the Bronx, but beginning in 1972, entire South Bronx neighborhood burned down and residents, greedy landlords burned down their own buildings for money. This was a horrible situation. The whole South Bronx was looked like a war zone. I am at some pictures so you can see how horrible it was looking at that time. Driving into this particular street is a bit tough. You have to just follow the pattern of the drivers. You can't basically follow the rules all the time. You just have to follow how others are driving, otherwise it will create an accident. By the way, violent crimes in the Bronx include aggravated assault, robbery, forcible rape, non-negligent manslaughter, and murder. I know this sounds very intimidating, but it's not happening all the time. But still, people are very cautious in this area, And as I mentioned, that this is mostly industrial part of South Bronx, and we do see some sort of housing project in this area, and that might be a reason for a high crime rate. However, some peasants have fewer of these dangerous crime than others, so we cannot just say that overall Bronx is dangerous, because it's very neighborhood by neighborhood. The reason I'm making a driving video into this neighborhood, there are several reasons. One of the reason, I can cover more ground, I can show you more from my own comfort, and second, I'm not too familiar with that area, so I am not too sure how people will react while walking with a camera into this neighborhood. So that's why I'm making a driving video. But I did had a video from Brooklyn, like Brownsville, that considered also a dangerous neighborhood in New York City. I did walk there and I encountered some unpleasant situations, so this time I was a bit cautious, so that's why I'm making this video by driving. Now you might have a question that is Bronx more dangerous than Manhattan? So the answer is, while Manhattan is known as a celebrity hotspot with like some inspiring skyscrapers and some of the Big Apple's biggest attraction like Times Square, Empire State Building, stuff like that, the Bronx is recognized for its rough history and crime neighborhoods. But Bronx do had some iconic place as well. It known for its Yankee Stadium. But this is not the point. Some Bronx residents find the reputation they had is bit unfair, considering there are moderately safe neighborhoods that have improved in recent years. So the neighborhood in Bronx that we used to know as a rough neighborhood, several years it changed, it's getting improved, but even if they are had that same reputation they had it before, so that's why it's a bit unfair. So right now I'm driving into 3rd Avenue. This place seems to be a bit lively, and the hustle and bustle, the New York sound makes it very unique. I just love it. The vibes here is amazing. So now I am heading towards another neighborhood in South Bronx, that is Hunts Point. So Hunts Point is famous for the Hunts Point Terminal Market. I think that's the largest wholesale produce market in the United States of America. So yeah, and as you see, it's more commercial area, so that might be a reason it getting a bit rough time. Now I will share some fun fact about the Bronx. So do you know that New York City had 1700 public park, and Bronx is the only borough that has the highest amount of park in the entire city. And not only that, Bronx is not an island, and the Bronx is the only borough in New York City that connect with North American mainland. Yeah, you hear me correct. No other borough like Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn, neither Staten Island is connect with North American mainland. They all are island. They are connected by either bridge or tunnel, but the Bronx is connected with North American mainland, which is so interesting.
So that you can end each day.
So now we are officially into Hunts Point. So as you can see, this is quite commercial, I mean industrial area, and not much of the residential. The only thing you will see is apartments. So it's definitely a highly densely populated area, and as I mentioned that it bit low income area. Don't makes me wrong, low income doesn't mean people here all are living a low life. It's just research that I found from internet, which I'm just sharing with you. Neither I said into this video is from me, I just found it from internet. I'm not from this neighborhood, I just did some research about this neighborhood, and that what I'm just sharing with you guys. And if anyone watching this video from this neighborhood, feel free to share your experience in the neighborhood and how you feel like living into this neighborhood or living into the Bronx overall. Everything will be highly appreciated. One thing I just want to share, that don't judge a book by see its cover. So it's very easy to judge someone or something just seeing a small amount or just a small portion of it, but I will say never does it, because it's not about this video. In general in life, never made any comment in a short amount of time to someone or something, because the thing we see in a short period of time, it might be not as it is if you are observe these things for a quite long time. So before made any comment to anyone or anything, just think twice that if you are correct or not, because sometimes your comment does matter. Maybe it's not matter to you, but it does matter to someone else. So in life, just try to be gentle, just try to be humble, and just try to be as respectful as possible to others. So you will see that you will get it back. If you be a rude to someone, someone else will be rude to you. If you are being respectful to someone else will be respectful to you. That's the thing we all should think about. And I know that you guys know this stuff, but we are just not utilizing this stuff. Oh my gosh, this street is so narrow. It's very tough to drive through, but it's not impossible, but it's definitely a nightmare to find a parking and also do a parallel parking. So in New York City, you definitely had to know how to do a parallel parking. You can see the car in front of me trying to do a parallel parking, but the space is not enough for him. I think it was quite enough, but he was not really pay attention, or he maybe not a expert of doing it. He need more space, but it was a quite enough space for this car. Maybe he will try it again after I leave. But yeah, in New York City you definitely had to know how to do a parallel parking. It's a pretty tough one, but yeah, you had to know it. Today is a Friday evening, so that's why people are just double parking, blocking the street, having party, which is okay, but it's very tough to drive through, but I don't mind. That's okay. We can understand it's Friday night. But if you are from this neighborhood and you had this experience often, feel free to let me know. Anyway, I will not make this video too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, then before you leave, kindly hit that like button for me, and also feel free to share any thought about this neighborhood. I will highly appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you somewhere else. Till then, stay safe and stay positive, and make sure you check out my older videos as well. And also feel free to share which part of New York City you wanna see next, and I'll try my best to show you that. And that is pretty much it for this video and about the South Bronx and my overall experience. I will say it was not bad throughout my drive or throughout my video. I haven't seen anything that makes me feel like that this is really a bad place to live on, because people living here into this neighborhood for decades or maybe for their entire life and they had no issue. So I will say that maybe the crime rate is bit higher, maybe it's not ideal neighborhood, but still it's a neighborhood where people are living, and this is a part of New York City as well. So thank you so much everyone again for watching this video. I'll see you somewhere else, and yeah, bye bye and good night from New York City.